Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Game Hunting. It's April 1st, 2020 and we're checking out CEX because there's nowhere else left. They're all gone. So we're here in CEX and they have a lot of good Nintendo stuff here. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon there, complete in box for £20. That actually seems like a pretty good deal. This wireless adapter for an old Xbox 360 for £10 does not seem that good. There is a cool console variant there though, which does look pretty nice. And they have a bunch of PlayStation 4 controllers here and accessories, some Nintendo handhelds here and a Pokeball controller there. Lots of cool looking stuff, and they have some PlayStation 3 stuff here and some Nintendo Switches at almost new prices. I'm really not sure why you'd buy these at this price. You might as well get one new, but they do come with warranty and it would be a good way to get them. If there aren't any you can get your hands on otherwise, they have a lot of cool stuff inside of this cabinet. There's some PlayStation portables there at some pretty good prices, some PlayStation Vitas here. Gotta get myself a Vita at some point. Some PlayStation 1 games, Resident Evil Code Veronica on the Dreamcast and Magical Drop 3, I have my eye on there. They also had a bunch of great games there as well. You've got the Master System converter for the Mega Drive. You've got the Game Boy Advance SP. Shame it's not the 101 model. And we have Secret of Mana in box there, and Street Fighter and Echo the Dolphin. You have a Kingdom Hearts Game Boy Advance game in the box, as well as Harvest Moon. Here's some NES games. You have Dr. Mario over there, a great puzzle game. I actually don't have that on the NES, I have it on the Game Boy, so I've got to pick that up. There's Kickle Cubicle, another great puzzle game, and some GameCube games over here as well. Here's Super Mario All-Stars 25th Anniversary Edition. It's pretty beat up though, and you might have seen that Wii U had a scratch on it as well. They've got a bunch of PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 controllers and accessories over here. Here's something cool for the Xbox One. They have this Sea of Thieves 2 terabyte USB hard drive. I actually thought that looked pretty badass, even though I'm not a big fan of Sea of Thieves. I really like that PlayStation 3 red controller, and I really don't like that value controller over there. I can't recommend getting a value controller if you can get an original one. There's an Xbox 360 remote, which seems really interesting, and a couple more interesting accessories for the Xbox 360 as well. Here's some PlayStation 2. Now, PlayStation 2 games are really great to get at a place like CEX because they're often really cheap and you can get great titles like No One Lives Forever for 50p, even though the cover is a bit ripped there. And here is Police Chase Down for £1. Now, how can I say no to that, I ask you? Next up we have some PlayStation Portable, and here is Free Running. This game looked pretty interesting, but I believe it is also on the PlayStation 2, so I decided not to get the PSP version because it'll probably be a lesser version. Here we have a bunch of Nintendo stuff from the DS to the Nintendo Switch. It was good to see they've got a lot of Nintendo Switch traded in, and 3DS here as well, and a ton of Nintendo Wii. The Wii is a great system to get for in a place like this because many of the games will be pretty cheap as long as they aren't first party games like Mario Party and any of the Mario games. You can see here that the Mario Galaxy games are on the pricey side, but then again CEX tends to price stuff on the eBay low side as long as it isn't new stuff like PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And they've got a bunch of Wii U as well, which is really good to see. Here's the Xbox 360 and they have a wide selection here as well. Unfortunately, nothing I was looking for on the Xbox 360, but they definitely had a ton of games here, and most of them were really cheap. I had my eye on this Arkham City holographic variant. I actually already have this, but as you can see it's the same price as any of the other versions of the game, and that is a theme that repeats itself on the PlayStation 3. Here they have a ton of PlayStation 3 games, and here the God of War Ascension Special Edition in the Steelbook is the same price as the regular version. Now this would come with a bunch of downloadable content. All of the special content here is downloaded, so it won't actually be there, but the Steelbook case was pretty cool, so I grabbed that because it looked awesome. Here's some more PS3, and again the Steelbook case is the same as the regular price. Well, let's see what I picked up. So what did I pick up? Well, first up I got this Xbox 360 remote control. Now I have a HD DVD player for the Xbox 360, but I don't have a remote control, so I can't make use of this, although admittedly it was a bit of an impulse buy. Next up I got Dr. Mario for the NES. Now I already had this on the Game Boy, but I would say it's a must-have puzzle game for the Nintendo. This is an awesome game, and I'm glad to pick that up and add that to my collection. Next up, I picked up Magical Drop 3 for the PlayStation. Now there's a sticker on the front here which is not supposed to be there, and it says, "Can't see an alternative to GT2, I believe that's referring to Gran Turismo 2, look no further. Vanishing Point boldly grabs the driving genre by the handbrake and spins it around to provide a handsome blend of arcade action and real-life driving experience. To the shops with you, 8 out of 10 from the official UK PlayStation magazine." Now, I thought this sticker was really cool, but evidently it is not supposed to be on this case. I believe they must have switched the cases, and regardless, this is complete with both discs, even though the case itself is slightly damaged. So both discs are in here and the manual, as you can see. So everything is in here, and £6 is a pretty good price for this game, and this is an awesome game to pick up. I love puzzle games, so I am glad to add that to my collection. Next up, we have Police Chase Down for the PlayStation 2. For just £1, I had to grab this. It looks like a really bad Road Rash clone, and where you play as a police rather than any sort of renegade on the streets chasing down the bad guys. By the name Police Chase Down, I had to grab this for £1. I mean, look at that artwork. And it is complete with the disc and manual as well. Police Chase Down for the PlayStation 2. You never know, it could be a hidden gem. And finally, I picked up God of War Ascension for the PlayStation 3. Now, this was the same price as a regular edition to get this special edition steelbook. Unfortunately, all of the extra content for this is digital, so I don't believe it will still be available, but it is still really cool to get this case. And this is complete with the disc and manual as well. So there you have it. Those are all of my pickups from this episode of Game Hunting at CEX. And if you haven't guessed it already, this is an April Fool's video. All of my local gaming shops have not shut down due to CEX. At least not yet. Just most of them. Damn. Anyway, it's all in good fun. If you liked the video, please leave a like or comment to let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. And if you'd like to, you can also support me through Patreon or YouTube channel membership. Thank you for watching. I've been MVL, and I will catch you next time.